You'll know why. You'll know why in a second why this dream catcher is in this particular area with the goose feather and everything. And some pine cones, because I really like pine cones. They're really cool. Different types. Give you different textures and shapes. Now we're going to move on to the last altar. This one is bigger than the other two. Not because I favor this god the most, it just I happen to have a lot of items that related to her quite a bit. And I didn't realize it until I started organizing everything. And I didn't have enough room for all this stuff at first. They were all kind of hidden and crowded in one area. And now I found the thing that it's on in the trash. And now I have enough room. So here we go. This is Hell's. As we all know, hell means to hide or hidden. Although this is in plain sight, but there are a lot of things that are hidden on this altar. And if I'm not mistaken, where Helmheim is located, it's like in the area of mist and fog. And I have like this diffuser emitting like a mist, for the feels and the smells, because it smells nice in here. So she sits on top of this nightstand that originally was my cousin's, but when he moved, they were throwing away a lot of stuff actually. And so I managed to grab this, and I managed to grab that wooden one over there. And now they're in my possession, and they're making my life a lot easier organizational wise. So yeah, this is a nightstand. I'm gonna go start from the bottom, work my way up to the top. So in the bottom drawer, you have a snack, because of course, you have this grimoire that I made. I didn't quite like how I stained the pages. I'm gonna have to get over it because I put a lot of time and effort into this. As you can see, I made this book from scratch. It's not perfect by any means, but it's okay. I like it just how it is. Again, we have Yggdrasil, a barren one, and then all 5 of the elements. That's right, it's sealed. And then there's nothing on the back except it's a little messed up, but that's fine. And then I started to write in it because I intended to use it because it is really good. Like the pages are a perfect size and what have you, but I just overly stained it too much, as you can see. Although it looks really nice, but I overly stained a lot of the pages because I would like to draw in this because I'm an artist, and some of these pages are a little too like dark. I stained it with coffee, so that's why it's a bit too dark for me. But I'm still going to figure out a way to use it though, because the pages are a nice size and there's a lot of paper in here. It's like 3 sketchbooks worth of paper in here, and it would just be a waste if I do not use it. So I think I'm just going to end up getting over the fact that the paper is too dark and just draw in it and write in it anyway, because this is a damn good book. I'm really proud of this book. I spent so long doing it, and I didn't even have all of the tools necessary to make a book, and I still managed to make it. It was really hard, and it was really hard on my hand, but I managed to do it. each page was, not each page, solo page now, but I made like, I don't know what to call it, but I divided up the pages in sections and then sewed the pages in section by section. That's what I mean. I want to get better at making books, so maybe I could sell them one day. Or if people like a very rinky-dinky book, then alright, but if not, I have to improve my craft. That goes in here. Here's a extension cord. Basically, it's like extra supplies and doodads that I don't really need on my altar, but if I want to have and grab it, it's right here. Water for my diffuser, some dried plants that I'm going to bury in the earth or burn, a mortar and pestle that I spent way too much for, that I could have easily have gone to like maybe Target and brought a ginormous one for the same amount. I'm sorry, I'm just a little pissed, tiny bit. It's cute, but too much money. Anyway, I love roses, so I collect rose petals because my mother likes to purchase fresh flowers to decorate the house. Some tape, an artist masking tape, some more preserved yellow petals that I should have let dry out a little bit more than I did. Some more yellow petals that are really dry, crispy. Even more rose petals. These are pink petals, I think. Yeah, these were pink and they dried down to be that color. And charcoal ash from when some of it is from incense. Most of it, I don't burn this much incense, trust me, but most of it is from when I barbecued and we were throwing away the ashes, and I knew that I could use these ashes in making black salt, which I did. Black salt. It's more like gray salt. Not as black as I want it, but it's black enough for me. It has different little herbs in there. Leftover herbs that I burn, like bits of sage, bits of mugwort, bits of incense, bits of charcoal. This is my coarse white salt. I like it coarse because I'm a person that is driven by texture. If I don't like how it feels, I won't get it. And I like how the granules felt in my fingertips. So I obviously grabbed it. I have crayons because I want to make candles, but I have yet to figure out how. Sooner or later, I will. That's that drawer. Then the next drawer is, I don't know if you guys see this, but it's like orbs flying everywhere. I don't know if it's dust or not, or ghosts. Probably spirits, because I'm talking about, my sacred space. And they're probably like, ooh, yeah, getting all active and whatnot. Anywho, this is my main working drawer that I actively grab stuff from and put all my tools and stuff in. This is some white sage. Like if I don't want to burn the entire stick, break off a couple of pieces and put it in the jar. And then burn those little pieces in increments. It lasts longer that way too. So you don't have to go out and buy another $15 one. This is myrrh. I don't know how you pronounce it, but Myrrh. It's usually mixed with frankincense. Myrrh and lavender. Smells very nice when burned. I don't know if you're supposed to burn lavender or not. I do. It smells nice. I'm very unorthodox, so if I'm trying not to purposely spread misinformation. If you're not supposed to burn lavender, let me know, and don't try it at home. What else I have in here? It's like a cork for something. I think an alcohol bottle. I collect a lot of alcohol bottles because I can recycle them and use them to store stuff. Oh, excuse me, hiccup. Some black candle wax that I could transform and put into another candle. Some empty candle tins from Red Candles. Incense that I got from Family Dollar for $1. Yeah, and they smell nice. You know how sometimes if you buy cheap incense, they don't really smell all that nice? These do. I give these 5 out of 5. I like this pack the most. I am very attracted to like warm, spicy smelling smells. And luckily for me, the gods that I work with, the god and goddesses that I work with, happen to like those smells too. So I use this pack a lot, especially for like Hell and Anubis. I usually go for the musk or the amber vanilla for Anubis. And then there's an apple spice one in there that I usually go for when I'm working with Hell. I don't really use this one too tough. Although the rose one, I don't know if you can see. Okay, yeah. The rose one, I like the smell of it. And the Magra one, I like the smell of that one too. I tried to burn jasmine for Hell. I don't think Hell really likes jasmine because I keep reading online. Maybe it's different from other people. But from my experience with working with her, even when I talked to her in the cards, she told me specifically not to believe everything I read online or what everybody says about her. And also, she told me that she doesn't like fruity smells. She hates them. She likes earthy smells to a certain extent. If you like in a rush or if you run out of like specific incense, she would take a earthy smelling incense like frankincense and myrrh. She really likes spicy smelling smells. She likes musky smelling smells, but you know, with me, I have to be in a mood for musky smells because sometimes they can be a bit too strong, especially if I'm just trying to chill and I'm just trying to relax and draw. I don't really want to be smelling a super strong incense when I'm just in the zone and drawing up a storm. I like to gravitate to more lighter smelling smells. So she's like that too. But yeah, I don't think she really, for me, she just doesn't really like jasmine because in the diffuser, I had this jasmine scented essential oil. And for some reason, like I liked the smell of it, but I just felt like she didn't really like it. And I'm like, okay. And then there's an incense in there because I specifically grabbed this pack because it had jasmine in it. And I read online that she likes jasmine, like white flowers and stuff like that. I just don't think she really likes it. And I'm just like, okay, well, I'll stop burning it for you. And I'll just burn like warm smelling things. That's fine by me. I'll do that. That's totally fine. Anyway, I got sidetracked. Notes on like tarot and crystals. Some more incense underneath. This giant silver pack right here came from here. This is handmade incense sticks. This is frankincense and myrrh. Favorite scent? This and Nag Champa. Found this company on Amazon. I brought this box of 500 and it was like $21, so it wasn't that bad. Unless somebody's gonna come out the woodworks and tell me, oh, well, I can find something way cheaper than that. But I didn't want to leave and go outside, and that was good enough for me. I had Amazon Prime, so it was a win-win situation. This is the Nag Champa that I like to burn from this company. And yes, it smells absolutely delightful. Ooh, you can't really see that, can you? You can only really see the Nag Champa. This other here is just like the other scents that they sell. But I brought the Nag Champa. And it smells absolutely delightful. And it has like really long, thick sticks. And they burn for a while. Smoke up your entire room with like the beautiful, strong aroma of Nag Champa. And it doesn't smell like smoke, like a fire is happening. You know, because some incense smell like a fire is happening. Patchouli, I'm running out. I usually burn this for Bass. I really have to talk to her through tarot sometime. Really get it in depth on what type of other scents does she like, because I'm running low. This here with the Death Tarot that I personally drew myself is my working grimoire. This is the one that I actually work out of. I write everything in. An affirmation right here. Page key, because I do not feel like getting like those little tabs to organize it. Just color the page in the corner. That's easiest. Did a little decorative page. And ye harm none, do it ye will. I like this saying, but also I included in a clause, like basically rules of my craft. Basically saying that I will protect myself if I have to, but I'm not going to be causing harm to others when they have not caused harm to me, essentially. I also wrote my core beliefs, more beliefs, and then this is a section dedicated to witchy research. I'm actually proud of this handwriting right here. Sometimes I suck really hard at doing like calligraphy type writing. I could draw my butt off, but when it comes to calligraphy, I just can't get it. Researching what a witch is, what a pagan is, what is Wicca, shamanism, then what am I, little thought bubbles. And then here's a page just I have to finish a spread, basically with candle correspondences. I have to finish it. I've been incredibly lazy. This little book is my book of poems. Oof. I typed up the majority of my poems and I want to have them written down somewhere, just in case. This is my sigil book. Write down my sigils. I haven't done any spells since August 30th. I've just been kind of meditating, drawing, burning incense for everybody. And that is, I want to use it as a dream journal. Not really a tarot journal, because I have a tarot journal dedicated to just tarot. So I think I'm just going to keep this as a dream/aura reading journal. Put that in there. Put it back. Put it back. Go back. There you go. Pens and stuff. There's this little tiny hand mirror. It's really cute and ornate. I like it a lot. Has butterflies. It's cute. I have a fan for like when I'm burning like not incense, but when I'm burning sage and I'm trying to waft it through the air. So, and it has a cute design on it too. I tore it a little bit, but I like it. It's nice and round. And it folds right on up. Just like that. I have these extremely sharp pairs of scissors that you can literally turn into like little daggers, which I thought was really cool. I think it's a flaw. I don't think they're supposed to do this, but I like it because they're quirky. I'll fix these later. Oh my god. I need both hands for that. My Athame. It's a little cute. Regular paring knife, but it's sharp. It's short. It does the job really well. I didn't want a really dramatic one. I didn't feel like it was necessary. This is nice one color. My favorite color in metal. Well, favorite metallic color, silver. So I like it. Now on to the actual altar itself. I spent a lot of time talking about the contents of my drawers. And I wanted to talk about the actual altar in itself. So this is Hell's altar. There's a lot of things going on, as you can see, but it's not as complicated as it seems. Trust me, I'm not a complicated type of person. So what I wanted to do is basically have like a common theme between all of them, but also have them be different. Like, you know, Anubis and Hell are both death gods, but they both represent two different types of death, right? So we all know what she represents. She represents like basically the individuals who die a straw death, and they go to her in her place, Helheim. Whereas Anubis, he represents the ones that he will embalm and send them to the afterlife and weigh their heart against a specific goddess. I can't remember her name. Oh my god, I need to do more research. But yeah, I read online that she liked candy skulls. Not candy skulls. I don't know. Sugar skulls. There we go. Like for Dia de los Muertos. I really like the whole aesthetic of that specific holiday. But not so much like I know that it's a day of celebrating your ancestors and basically talking with your ancestors. The veil is the thinnest at that time. It's also Halloween for us. So they hang out with their ancestors, make all their favorite foods, have like a big old get together in remembrance and celebration. So I like that. So I did this myself. I painted it, hot glued all the little bedazzles on it. Yeah, if you remember the skull, you would remember it was just a plain black skull. And now it has character. I call this my skull of positive thoughts. It has positive affirmations in there. When I'm feeling especially low, I just take a couple out and read them and, you know, repeat them until I feel better. Put this back. I have a sea salt lamp. That's another thing that they have in common. They all have some form of sea salt on it, on their altar. She has this. Anubis has that. And Bas has the candle holder. I like to work in threes. Some little teeny tiny skulls because they're cute. She also has an incense holder like everyone else. Anubis had one. Bas has one. They also, all three of them have rocks that I collected. But Bas doesn't have any like crystal crystals, whereas Anubis has a sapphire and Hell has this amethyst cluster that I thought was really cool. I like the shape of it. I also found this rock that reminded me of a crow or a raven's egg. And I'm like, ooh, that's cool. Excuse me. When I talked to her through tarot, she told me she liked roses a lot. So I have a couple of dried roses for her here and inside this chalice. That, of course, I should put water in it because it's supposed to represent the element of water. But you know, I'm special, so. I have this black candle here. And this is the masculine candle. This is my spiritual father candle. The masculine part of me, myself, and the universe and stuff like that. Yeah. Not saying that Hell herself is masculine. She might be. Who knows? But I felt like it should go here. Therefore, we have an area that's protected by the universe. And then we have another area that's protected by the universe as well. We also have another smudge stick. This is made out of chrysanthemums. Now, I don't know if you are supposed to burn chrysanthemums. I don't know if it releases some sort of toxin. I've burnt this before. I've been fine. But don't try this at home, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. So, yeah. Chrysanthemum catches fire extremely easy. So I have to be extremely careful. It's crazy how fast it catches fire. Be very mindful. If you notice, that is the other part of the cow skull. It's kind of just been spread about my entire room. There's like this blue thing here in the skull. Where'd it go? Don't know where it went. Okay. But yeah, like that. It's really cool. Cow skull. I have a couple of sticks. These sticks specifically came from my grandparents' house. They had a apple tree that they had to cut down because it basically died. And I remember climbing that tree and falling out of it. But it taught me a valuable lesson, though. You know, not to be climbing up a tree when it's raining. Don't be an idiot, essentially. Yeah. Don't be an idiot. Hold on. Grab my charger. My phone is upsetting me. Will it charge, though? Is it charging? Yes, it is. Okay. So. Ooh, it just got dark. Let me turn on my lamp. That's why I have extra light sources. Yay. So. There we go. This is technically my cauldron. My cousin gave me this cast iron teapot. And at first I didn't know what I was going to do with it other than drink tea. And then once I started down this path, I discovered I could totally use this as a cauldron. I need to stick this down better, though. I have a little bit of sage in there from when I was cleansing the area. My mom got me that skull from when she went to New Orleans. And has many different skeletons in there. And I thought it was really cool. And it totally belonged with Hell. But yeah, rocks. And here's this interesting piece of intrigue. So this is a bowl that all of the altars have some form of cup, bowl, or plate, or whatever, something. I got this bowl for at Dollar Tree. I dropped my book bag a little too hard and it shattered. But instead of throwing it away, I glued it back together. And now it has some interesting cracks all along the side of it. Give it some interest. But inside the bowl, in these plastic bags, because I read online, again, that hell likes things. If you offer it to her, you let it rot. So I found a dead bird. Of course, I prayed over it, make sure it didn't have any crazy bugs in it, and borrowed that. And then I had a pear that was already gone bad, and I also just added to the bowl. I put it in a plastic bag so it doesn't attract any bugs and it doesn't waft in my room full of rotting smell. Right now it doesn't smell really bad in here. It doesn't smell bad at all, actually, which I'm shocked about. But my plan is to basically bury them both, return them back to the soil from whence they came. I'm going to do a whole thing about it, and I'll let you know how it goes. Yeah, this has been Hell's Altar. And that has been all of the altars, I think. Yeah. You would also notice that kitty skull has eyes, too. They also follow me around my room as well, which is pretty cool. So yeah, this whole room is pretty much my sacred space. I do a lot of thinking, do a lot of sleeping. I do a lot of everything in this room, It's my safe area that I like to be. It allows me to be creative and expressive, and it allows me to do what I like to do, is create and whatnot. So I do apologize that this video has been excruciatingly long. So sorry.